Getting the funding, if needed, is the next place that people get stopped. Well, there's lots of ways to get money. Lots of ways to just get cash. So forget the no cash. What if we need cash? Well, there's a whole bunch of financial institutions out there that's their business. The problem is that most of the deals that you want to do probably won't qualify for the financial institutions that are out there. And that'll be for one of several reasons. You don't have a good enough personal financial statement, or the deal you want to do is too small. They don't want to do less than $500,000 to $1 million deal. They don't want to touch it. They don't care how good it is. They don't care you're going to personally guarantee it. They don't care how strong your financial statement is. They don't care that it's going to get paid back with their VIG, with their rate of interest. They don't care. Because on a $100,000 loan, if it returns 10% to them, it's $10,000. That doesn't pay for the administrative cost of making and monitoring and worrying about that loan. And when you get to $1 million, 10%, well, now it starts to become worthwhile. When you get to 10 million, 20 million, it's very worthwhile. They can even loan it out at a much lower rate and still make their money. So if you're fishing in the small pond, you might want to rethink that. And if you're thinking, well, yeah, but my financial statement won't justify more than that small business or more than that small loan, well, you may be right. But that's what partners are for. Because out there is a guy who's your antimatter, who's your exact opposite, who's got plenty of money and no business opportunities and no business sense. And he's looking to partner up with somebody who doesn't have all that much money necessarily, but who's got lots of business sense and know how it can get things done. And in your first deal with that guy, if he's a shark, he may want the lion's share of the business. So you know what? If it's your first deal and it's the only place you can get the money, you give it to him. And you get a track record of one under your belt, because guess what happens then? The next time you need money and you go back to him, you drive a harder deal. And if he doesn't go for the harder deal, you take your track record and you'll go to somebody else who likes your track record. And then you don't give up the lion's share of the deal the second time because, number one, your balance sheet's a lot better, your financial statement's a lot better from the first deal, and your track record is there, which makes you a hot commodity. In here, we tell you who all the financial sources are. We tell you how to get to them. We tell you what to say to them, what they need to hear. We tell you how to present yourself to them. We give you examples. We take you through every part of what it's going to take to get yourself into that financial institution that will get you the type of funding you need, because a venture capitalist is not a banker. A banker is not an asset-based lender. They have different expectations. They have different rules that they play by. And so here are all the rules. Here's what they need to know. Here's what they're going to make their decision on. Here's how you approach them. Here's how you engage them. Here's how you get them to think you're the hottest thing since sliced bread. How to shop for that bank. How to qualify that banker. Cultivating that banking relationship. Bankers love relationships. They love to go to lunch. They'll even buy. I don't let them. When and where to use what type of financing. It's all described here. Reversing a negative cash flow using an ESOP is a highly specialized area. Not everybody wants to go here. I only bring it up because what I want you to understand, this is only one of a whole bunch of techniques that we have for reversing negative cash flows. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because when you get right here to closing the deal, I can't tell you the number of people that get there and choke. They got through all this stuff and they won't pull the trigger. And why won't they pull the trigger? Because they are fearful. Fearful. What if I made a mistake? What if the economy turns sour? What if this company loses a couple of its big customers? What if? And they go through all the things that could happen that would turn their cash flow negative and screw up the purchase. And if you want to get rid of that fear, if that's a problem for you, it may not be, but if that's a problem for you, then understanding all of our various techniques for how to reverse negative cash flow are critical, because you get a confidence factor real quick that no matter how much a business might mess up, there's always a way that an enterprising entrepreneur can turn that cash flow positive. And you need to only relate to the story of the two orderlies who ended up saving the jobs of all their sophisticated doctor co-workers because they understood a strategy for buying a company that instantly would turn the negative cash flow of that hospital positive the day after they owned that hospital. Again, it's a story we all know by now. So it's in our program. You know how to go back and review it at any time that you want to. But there was a strategy there that ensured that that hospital would have strong positive cash flow from the day it was acquired. So that makes the fear go away. When you know you've structured the deal so that it's going to have strong positive cash flow, when you know that if anything turns negative later, there's a myriad of techniques that you understand and can implement to correct that negative cash flow quickly. This is a pool of great assets to buy and reasons to have motivated sellers. And reasons to have allies. Again, remember the story of how I bought the company out of bankruptcy. The manufacturer of a motorcycle part that was one of the companies I bought with my motorcycle part company. The asset-based lender, Aetna Business Credit, paid me $100,000 to go in there and buy that company with all their money. And again, we go through this all in great detail. But there's psychology that's going on in these bankruptcy courts. There's psychology that's going on with the lender who's about to take a big loss. There is psychology going on with the suppliers to this company who are about to take a big loss. There's psychology going on with the customers of this company who are going to lose a valued supplier. There are psychologies going on with the employees in this company who are about to lose their jobs. There are psychologies going on with the executives who are about to watch their fabulous lifestyle go down the toilet. And if you understand those, and if you have at your grasp the techniques and the methods for taking everyone's negative psychology and turning it to your advantage and making them phenomenal allies, then in this marketplace there is a rich source of companies and assets to buy in these bankruptcy courts. Now maybe it's not your thing. Maybe that's not where you want to go look. You're just not happy there, comfortable there, whatever. But look at it. Investigate it. Take some time. Go visit the bankruptcy court. Watch what happens there. Watch what happens when a company assets get sold on the courthouse steps. Take a look at the bankruptcy files. Look through there and see how detailed they are, laying out every single asset of that company. The most vivid, accurate description you will ever see of a company's assets are in those bankruptcy files. You'll be blown away by what's there. And you'll be blown away by how little it will take to get them. And then we get to